For 1,100 years, Sussita, on the eastern shore of the Sea of Galilee, was a busy, bustling, bubbling metropolis, and there was almost nothing like it here in the area. So behind me is the hilltop of Sussita, and Sussita means horse in Aramaic. All Roman cities needed lots of water, not just for drinking, but they needed it for entertainment. So what we're looking at here is elaborate plumbing from the Roman era, 1st century, where you see this is a plug and socket joint. So this is the plug, and you can see on the other side of it the socket. So each one plugs into the other, and each one is a nice link, and they join together. They put a bit of mortar around it, waterproof mortar, and that way they seal the piping so it could get up the hill under the pressure of gravity that came from the hill above Sussita. So on my right is what's called the Round Tower, a 3-story tower that guarded one side of the gate to Sussita. The heart of every Roman town has a cardo, except here. The north-south axis is very narrow. At its widest bit, it's 200 metres. So the Romans very sensibly said, no cardo here, we're just going to have a decumanus. And this is called a decumanus maximus because it was the main drag of Sussita. So we're standing in the nave of the cathedral, facing east, as nearly all churches do. There are dozens of granite columns here that have fallen on the ground. Every granite has its own mineral imprint. We know that these granite columns came from nowhere else other than the Upper Nile in Egypt. And if you look at the way they fell, we learn a lot about the geography of the region because we're on the Syrian-African rift, and we know the eastern side moves northwards faster than the western side. So what happened here was, in the earthquake of 749, this side moved northwards. I'm facing north. Therefore, these columns all fell backwards. They all fell in one direction. This is exactly how they were found. This was a huge cathedral of enormous proportions. There must have been an enormous Christian community here in Byzantine times to justify not just this cathedral and a bishop to boot, but another 6 churches along the way. The jewel in the crown, however, of Sussita is not the cathedral and the other 6 churches, but a baptismal area. Follow me. So in front of me you can see how large this baptistery must have been. Richly endowed mosaic floors, many more granite columns. So this was a large hall, a large auditorium devoted to baptism. And we see a lead pipe. Water comes gushing out of here from the plumbing that we've already described into the baptismal font, which is here just below me. We presume that people came in the 4th century at the start of accepted Christianity in the Roman Empire. They came here in their thousands to be baptized. The baptisarium is enormous. There's nothing like it in the whole Middle East, perhaps in all of Christendom. The Decumanus Maximus is behind me and spills into the Forum, which was a vibrant place full of commerce, industry. There was a marketplace. It was open air and very Roman. And alongside the Forum, which was an open air structure, there was a basilicum. Before the cathedrals of Europe, the Romans built structures like this, which they called basilica, to the king, right? That's the translation of basilica. Commerce and industry in the rain and the cold weather can leave the Forum and move into the basilica, but it's a public structure. And nothing has been spared here. On all 4 sides there were columns. Part of the extravagance of the basilica here was the stucco. This is diagonally fluted stucco. So this was beautifully coloured, huge building to serve the public. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to Sussita. Perhaps this will give you the incentive to make it a real visit, to put your feet actually on the ground, not only to Sussita, but so many places within Israel that are like it, rich in history that goes back thousands of years to biblical times. We'd love to see you.